Intermittent fasting is the most overprescribed thing in fitness, and for shift workers, it quietly makes everything harder. But who am I? Well, I'm a former police officer and I spent 6 years working earlys, lates and nights. I lost 25 kilos without giving up my favourite foods or spending my life in the gym. And now I've helped over 300 shift workers do the exact same thing. But anyway, intermittent fasting, everyone swears by it. Half of them have no idea why it even works, and almost nobody else tells you what it does to a body that's already on a broken clock. So before you skip another meal on a night shift, give me the next few minutes and I'm going to show you exactly what fasting actually does and why it can backfire to you, specifically what to do instead and the one situation where it might genuinely be fine. First, why did fasting get so massive? Because it works for a lot of people. But here is the bit the gurus skip right over. It works because it cuts your calories. That is it. Few hours to eat usually means less food eaten. Intermittent fasting is just calorie restriction with a marketing team. There's no magic fat burning switch that flips when you skip breakfast. And then the research backs this up. When you compare fasting against a normal calorie deficit, with the calories matched, the fat loss comes out broadly the same. So fasting is just a tool for eating less, and once you see it that way, you have to ask the real question. Is it the right tool for your situation? For a lot of shift workers, the honest answer is no. And here is why. Fasting straight through a night shift can tank your energy at the exact time that you need to be sharp and safe. And it so often backfires later. You hold out all shift, you get home shattered and starving, and you demolish everything in the cupboard and the fridge. This isn't a willpower issue. It's a predictable result of pushing a fast onto a body that's already stressed. And that is the key point. You're already fighting a disrupted body clock and raised cortisol just by working nights. Bolt a fasting stressor on top of that, and for a lot of people, it's simply one stressor too many. So what do you do instead? Structured eating that actually fits your rota. You're still in a calorie deficit, you're just spreading your food sensibly across your waking hours. So your energy and your cravings stay stable. Protein-led meals at planned points in the shift. You get all the calorie control that fasting gives you, but without the 5 a.m. binge. To be completely fair, because I'm not here to be dogmatic, if you are on a settled pattern, you honestly prefer fewer bigger meals, and fasting doesn't wreck your energy or trigger you to binge, then it can be a perfectly good tool. The problem was never fasting itself. The problem is fasting forced onto a chaotic shift pattern where it fights you the whole way. So don't pick a diet because it's trendy. Pick the eating pattern you can actually run consistently around your shifts while staying in a deficit. For most shift workers, that means planned, protein-led meals across the shift, and not a skipped one. If you've been fasting and wondering why you feel rough and the scale's not budging, let us look at it properly on a free game plan call. My link's in the description. And if you've tried fasting on nights, tell me how it went in the comments, good or bad. I genuinely read them all. Arguably, the biggest nonsense I ever heard was just live off black coffee during the night. Well, what happens when you get to 3 a.m, you have another black coffee, and then you want to go to sleep? You're going to be supercharged, and now I've got no doubt you had the worst night's sleep. You may as well have eaten. And if you enjoyed this one, then you're going to love the next one, because we need to talk about the thing every shift worker blames on the job. Belly fat. How much of it is actually fat? How much of it is not? And what genuinely shifts it? Next video will be up here somewhere. Give it a watch.